Happy Sunday, everybody. Let's talk about everything happened on January 4th, 2025. Saturday. Um, the first game is the Sixers beat the Brooklyn Nets 123-94. The Sixers, they have the ability to beat really bad teams. It's the good teams that they're struggling against. Um, they're actually 7-3 in the last 10. They got destroyed by the Warriors earlier this week. I think they also lost to the Kings. So they they can't beat any good teams, but they have no problem beating bad teams, like this one, won by 30. Embiid and Paul George, they played the exact minute and the exact second. I think that means that Nick Nurse just want to play these two together on the court, and have Maxey, play with the second unit or whatever. Embiid and Paul George, versus the bad team, yeah, you expect them to put up numbers. Maxey also, had an okay game, 7 assists, 18 points. They started Yabusali because, Kelly Oubre Jr. is still out, so they're playing him. They realize he's pretty good, so he could be a streamer if you're looking for some rebounds. Really just some rebounds, and, he also takes some threes, some rebounds and some threes and some defensive stats. Caleb Martin goes 7 for 8. He could also be a good stream, as long as Kelly Oubre Jr. is out. Rest of the Sixers, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond, they don't really, unless there's some guy out, they don't really have much value. For the Brooklyn Nets, okay. D'Lo, he got hurt again, right? So he had a cramp last game. And what happened here? Why did he only play 14 minutes? Yeah, he's questionable. He had a right shin contusion. Jesus Christ. Is he even in shape? Why he get injured so much? 4 assists and 2 steals. We obviously hold him. He's a must roster. And with Ben Simmons out this game, yeah, Ben Simmons is still out. Cam Thomas is out. So Keon Johnson still got 36. He had a big game actually. Didn't shoot the ball well, but 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal, 15 points. Yeah, I would say if Cam Thomas is still out, he's a guy that we could definitely stream a little bit. And Noah Clowney, we thought he's going to be the starter. Now that, Dorian Finney-Smith gets traded, that's not the case. Jalen Smith came in, played 33 minutes. And it's just hard to see, Tyrese Martin play 29 off the bench. Jalen Wilson played 33. It's just hard to know. Zaire Williams started, played 21 minutes. It's just hard to know. So if the Brooklyn Nets have a back-to-back coming up, all these guys could be stream options. But they're not much rosters. We just don't know what minutes they're gonna get, and they have also 5 guys out here in this game. Moving on to the next one. This is a really bad loss by Phoenix Suns, 108. The Phoenix Suns go so. We talk about Sixers being disappointing. Phoenix Suns, I would say, they're even a bigger disappointment because they're now at a risk of missing the playoffs. Sixers, right now they're gonna make the plays, right? They're gonna be in the playoffs. If the Suns keep losing, they're currently 12th seed right now. They lost 4 straight, and you know how competitive the Western Conference is. If you slip up before you know it, you're 5 games out of the 10th seed. It's still early in the season. We got 50 plus games. And this game, everybody played. KD played. KD was a minus 22. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists is fine. Bradley Beal, 3 for 12. He just never find. It's not easy, right? Because you used to score 30 points. Now you come to this team, you kind of become a 3-and-D player. Right, Devin Booker still got his 20 points and 9 assists, but even Devin Booker only took 15 shots. It's like, they only have 1 basketball. They have to share it. So offensively, they only put up 188 points versus a supposedly bad defensive Pacers. A team that doesn't play much defense, and they push the pace a lot. And you only have 108 points. It's a bad loss. It's whatever, but. Pretty, really concerned with this team. But fantasy-wise, I think everybody's still fine. Devin Booker, KD, they got theirs. um, fairly efficient. Mason Plumlee could be somebody we stream um, as long as Nurkic is out. But he only played 20 minutes. But some nights he'll play close to 30. Give us some rebound, and he's a guy that can get us assists and steals as well. They started Ryan down and they gave him 30 minutes. We don't know. Grayson Allen came off the bench. These are 3 and D players. Sure, they have some streaming value. Well, okay, Nurkic, he's not. He just got suspended. For the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, 27 points, 8 assists, 2 steals, and block 5-3. What a game from him. This is really good stuff from him. Andrew Nembhard, he just doesn't take any shots. 3 for 3, 2 for 2 from the threes. 7 assists. This is a pretty solid line. Like if you need an assist, I'll be rostering him. But at the end of the day, that's really the only thing he give you. He doesn't score a lot. He doesn't even make that many threes because he doesn't take that many. Miles Turner has 1 steal and 3 blocks, pretty good. While Siakam got 15 points and 9 rebounds, and Benedict Mathurin continues to start and continue to, put up okay numbers. 10 rebounds is really impressive, but he's not really doing much else. 2 for 2 from the line. The next one, speaking of missing the playoffs in the Western Conference, the Timberwolves, after this trade, they ran out 10th. They also lost 3 straight. They lost to a Detroit team on the road. With Anthony Edwards played 44 minutes, took 31 shots, had 53 points. That's really nice and all for fantasy. He hit 10 threes, but the team is not winning. The team is not winning. I think they got to really change it up offensively for the Timberwolves. Figure out, what they should do on the offensive end, because Anthony Edwards is taking a lot of shots this year, right? He's taking a lot of threes. But his teammates are not really that involved. Like Jaden McDaniel, 6 shots. Mike Conley only take 4. Is he washed, or they may need to find him some more shots, right? Julius Randle is kind of a reliable second option. He has 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. But I'm not sure Timberwolves, if their problem is their defense or their offense, right? I know Julius Randle is definitely not helping with their offense compared to Cat. Rudy had 6 rebounds and 2 blocks. He also kind of struggled here versus Detroit. Actually, it's surprising. They are decent this year. They're a 9th seed right now in the East, and who knows, they might make the plays. And then on the Timberwolves, Dante DiMartino and Naz Reid, right? This game they didn't really get their minutes, and they didn't really do much. Nikola Alexander-Walker played 28. Yeah, I don't know. They keep starting Mike Conley and doesn't give him a lot of minutes. He was horrible. To be honest, he was a minus 18. So maybe start Dante or start Nikola Alexander-Walker, right? For the Detroit Pistons, who played well? Oh my God, Kate Cunningham went off. 40 points, 4 threes. He took 29 shots, but he's a plus 24. He's really balling this year. Amazing. Malik Beasley came off the bench. Played 33, really good. He's a must roster. He's a must roster. He hit 6 threes. He's not gonna get 30 minutes every game. I think there's some injuries with Detroit. Oh well, actually, yeah, Jaden Ivey is probably gonna be out for season. So, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, Ausar Thompson, these guys are going to have some more minutes. Ausar Thompson just had a ridiculous line, 5 for 5. He played just 26 minutes. But it doesn't matter. If you play 26, he's a must roster. 6 steals and 10 rebounds with 2 assists. He's going to be up and down. But Ausar Thompson, Malik Beasley, they may not play 30 minutes every game, but they need to be rostered. Meanwhile, Tim Hardaway Jr. is like a third because, he's just not doing much with the same minutes. Jalen Duren played 22 minutes. He had 5 fouls. So Isaiah Stewart played 25. Jalen Duren is also disappointing this year. So we know next year not to draft him too high. Don't have high expectations, right? He's not a top 50 player. Where is his rank this year? Duren. 140th. Oh my God. I didn't know he's this bad this year. And he's only averaging 25 minutes too. But But All-Star Thompson, if he's out there on the waiver wire, yes, 100% have him. And same thing with Malik Beasley. He just makes too many threes to leave him on the waiver wire. The next game is the Denver Nuggets beat the Spurs 122-111. This game went to overtime, and oh my God, Nikola Jokic, 46 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 1 yard. If it wasn't for the blocks, Jokic is by far. If we're counting blocks, right, he's by far. Nobody in the league is coming close. It's actually kind of unfair. But because of blocks and how much value, if somebody's blocking 4 shots, that's crazy value in category leagues. But yeah, he's just ridiculous. 19 for 35, 3 threes. Yeah. It's actually a crazy advantage if you have Jokic. Like, if you have the first pick or the second pick, you got Jokic versus somebody who has 5th or 6th pick. And you get like a Tyrese Halliburton, or you get like a Jason Tatum, even though Jason Tatum is playing super well. It's crazy how huge how big the gap is between Jokic and Victor Wembanyama versus the rest of the league. At least this year. Because some years, Jokic, when you have a good team, Jokic he would just fuck around, take like 3 shots, and have like 15 assists and still win the game. But now he needs to really try hard to win these games in the regular season. Jamal Murray, 5 steals and a block is nice, 13 points, but offensively didn't really help that much. And how about Russell Westbrook? Absolutely must roster. We know Aaron Gordon is still out, but even when he does come back, Russell Westbrook is going to have a big role on this team. He might come off the bench. 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals and a block. Amazing stuff. Michael Porter Jr. hit 4 threes, 28 points, and 10 rebounds. That's also pretty good. And Christian Braun played just 27 minutes, while Peyton Watson played 34. So, these 2 guys, there's 3-and-D guys. Christian Braun usually play more minutes than this. So if you want to hold him, it's fine. Right? You're looking for those defensive stats. And we talk about Victor Wembanyama now. Ridiculous game from him as well. 23 rebounds, but all 23 of them be defensive rebounds. 2 threes, he really struggled here. And this is something he will get better at. It's just offensively, right? This game, he took 19 shots, 12 of the shots coming from threes. So if the threes are not falling, right, what else can he do offensively to help his team? Defensively, he's still fine. 1 steal and 4 blocks. He had 4 fouls. Yeah, that's what happens when you play Jokic. The rest of the Spurs, I would say, it looks like I thought the Spurs this year, they're just going to be a team that's 14th or 13th in the Western Conference and not make the plays. But it looks like they're competitive. So I think that changes a lot of things, because that means if they're competitive, they're going to play CP3 a lot of minutes. They're not going to rest him. Right? He 31 minutes here, 8 assists, and not the best game, but still had 8 assists and a block. Right? They're playing these guys 30-plus minutes now, so pretty consistently. So if you want to hold on to these guys, that's totally fine. Same thing. Devin Vassell is absolutely must roster. Right? If the guy gets 38 minutes a night, Devin Vassell, well, this game also went to overtime. So, but Devin Vassell on the season, 125th ranked player, probably a buy low to be honest. Knowing that the Spurs going to be competitive this year down the stretch. To me, he's like a top 70, top 80 issue player. So he's just ramping up. Jeremy Sohan played just 25 minutes, while County Johnson came off the bench, played 27. And they're giving Harrison Barnes, so now he have some streaming value as well. But they beat they literally played each other Friday, and then they play each other again Saturday. So the Spurs, they're a good team this year. They're a good team. If they're in the East, they would have made the plays for sure. The next one is also the next game is also kind of upset. The Portland Trailblazers went to Milwaukee and beat the Bucks 105-102. Freddie Simons played 40 minutes. He popped off. Did this game go to overtime? No. But Danny Advia also played 42 minutes. Freddie Simons popped off. A really good game from him. 28 points, 8 assists, and 5 threes. Very happy with that. Shaedon Sharp had 16 points, 2 threes, 3 assists, and a steal. He's also okay. But Shannon Sharp, if he pops off for 30 points or something, you really try to sell him. He has a lot of minutes, but he doesn't really do much in fantasy. He give you 16 points. He doesn't even make that many threes. So it's kind of Jalen Green type of player, except he doesn't really score that much as Jalen Green. Danny Advia popped off. He's a must roster, and we know Jeremy Grant is still out, but you have to get him and maybe sell high. He has a crazy amount of turnovers, 7 turnovers. I remember he had a 10 turnover game, this week or last week. So a lot of turnovers, but the numbers look really good. Tomani Kamara, if you're looking for some three, some defense, sure. And DeAndre Ayton had a decent game, I guess. 30 rebound and steal and block. You can't ask too much from him. And Scoot Henderson, even though he only got 23 minutes, I'll be okay just rostering. He's still a good game. 7 rebound, 3 assists, and steal and block. This game they just put Fernie Simons and Danny Advia a lot more, right? Otherwise, both guys maybe play 34 minutes, and then Scoot Henderson will get 28 or something. For the Bucks, a really bad loss. Damian Lillard continues to struggle. Fantasy-wise, he had 4 steals and 2 threes here, but probably a buy low. Just not shooting the ball well lately. Giannis had 31 points. Giannis always get his numbers, 2 steals and 2 blocks as well. Pretty good stuff. And Brook Lopez, he has been underwhelming. Played just 23 minutes here. A lot of the minutes went to Bobby Portis, who played 25. Lopez, he's been falling off quite a bit. And again, like most of his value is coming from the blocks, right? So if he's not blocking shots, he really has no value, right? Only two. Now his season average is at 1.9. But just wait until you play some bad teams, which Portland Trailblazers is supposed to be a bad team. He will go off for like 5-6 blocks. Chris Middleton also struggled, but he's a must roster if he's still out there on the waiver wire. Move on to the next one. The Knicks lost to the Chicago Bulls, 126-139. Bad loss by the Knicks. The Knicks lost to Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a back-to-back for them. Just crazy minutes again across the board. I think Cat left the game early. Hopefully it's not too serious. He had a big game with 44 points and 6 rebounds. It's kind of expected when you play the Bulls. They don't really play much offense, but defense. But this is the concern with the Knicks players. If you own any of these guys, sure, they're going to put up numbers, but they just play ridiculous minutes. Right? Josh Hart played 40 minutes. What a game from him. My God. 0 for 5, but who cares? 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and a steal. Yeah. It's crazy high minutes. I would say injury is really the concern. But, OG Anunoby, 12 points, 5 rebounds. And also, right, when you play such high minutes, your intensity, your effort level are going to be lower. So maybe you don't get as many defensive stats. Mikal Bridges didn't shoot the ball well, while Jalen Brunson had 33 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. Jalen Brunson has already been out a couple times, right? If Cat misses some time, it's the Knicks they got Precious Choice pretty good, right? You can rely on him a little bit more. You don't have to play Cat 40 minutes every game. For the Bulls, great win. And while this game, Lonzo Ball played 25 while Josh Giddey got 30. Josh Giddey had a decent game with 15 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and steal on the block, 3 for 3. He's really up and down, but this is a good game. And Lonzo Ball, I'll be paying attention to Lonzo. I think he's already into that streaming territory if you're looking for some threes, for some assists, for some defensive stats, right? Maybe at some point he gets consistent 26, 27 minutes. He got 25 minutes here already. Kobe White popped off with 33 points and 9 for 11 from 3. It's crazy. He hit 9 threes. Zach LaVine also went off, because they scored 139 points. 33 points for him, 7 assists. Basically, everybody had a great game here, other than Patrick Williams. Nikola Vucevic, good bounce back game with 12 rebounds and 22 points. Continue to be solid for the year. The next one is the Jazz. This one is kind of surprising. The Jazz scored 136 points. and blow out Miami Heat. So because it's a blowout, the minutes are pretty low across the board. Lauren Markkinen had 50 points, but he's just not good this year. 2 steals is fine. But he's not shooting the ball well at all, first of all. And he's a 67th ranked player. He's shooting 43% from the field. He should be close to like 48, 49. He's still averaging 20 points, but he has no rebound, 6 rebound, and just nothing else. 2.83 is nice, but no assists, no steals, and no blocks. Pretty rough year. While John Collins continues to put up crazy good numbers. 28 minutes with 24 points, 9 for 16 from the field, 2 and 3 blocks. The reason he's not getting drafted that high, because we don't think he's gonna get minutes, right? I know Taylor Hendricks is out for season. Otherwise, he's gonna take some of the minutes away from John Collins, right? But for now, he's starting. He's getting a lot of minutes. Hold. Just hold. Yeah, if you can't get a top 30 player back for him, which, honestly at this point, if you just get a top 50, he's a 33rd ranked player. If you get a top, obviously, if you can't get like a DeMar DeRozan, who's that top 50 right now, or OG Anunoby, right? These guys, or Scotty Barnes, these guys for sure, I would do that trade. But otherwise, if you trade him for like a Norman Powell, that's not something I'll be doing. Or Siakam even, who's ranked 51st. So it depends. Because John Collins could be this good rest of the way if he has the minutes. Well, obviously another concern is the Jazz, they're not going anywhere. So, how much rest are these players going to get? But if John Collins played 30 plus minutes rest of the way, right, he could just be a top 30, top 40 player. We know how good he is in fantasy. This 1 year in his rookie year or second year in Atlanta, he was super good. Walker Kessler played 26 minutes, 16 rebounds, no blocks, but that's fine. The minutes is good for the most part because of the blowout. Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson. I think he got hurt. Yeah, he only played 2 minutes. Yeah, Jordan Clarkson is not ranked, but I'm pretty sure he got hurt. So Colin Sexton got some extra minutes. Yeah, Colin Sexton, he's been starting getting good minutes. He's a must roster right now, but I try to sell him if I can. And Keontae George continue to kind of struggle, right? 5 turnovers. When your team won by 36 points and you put up this line, you just know, Keontae is still struggling. A lot of the games he has 5 turnovers. Hopefully he's still learning, right? For the Heat, yeah, it's just really bad across the board. Jimmy Butler got suspended for 6-7 games, which is crazy, right? The Miami Heat decided to suspend. I don't remember the last time, a team came out and just suspended your player for 7-8 games. I feel like that's not really helping with his trade value. But we'll see. If Jimmy Butler ends up going to the Warriors or he ends up going to Phoenix, right? It's just another good player going to the Western Conference. Make the Western Conference even more competitive. Nobody played well. Nikola Jokic, I guess, the only guy, had 2 steals and 2 blocks, 17 points. That's pretty good with 3 threes. He's a guy that we could stream now. With Jimmy Butler out, right? They really need some guys to come in and play minutes. Ben Adebayo, horrible, 0 for 6. Walker Kessler is no joke, right? Defensively, Tyler Hero did not have the best game, but if Jimmy Butler gets traded, he's obviously by far the number 1 option. To me, he's a top 40, 50 player rest of the way easily. And Terry Rozier, we have some high hopes for him. He started this game, but is he also washed? Not sure. Really bad loss for the Heat. The next one is the Grizzlies. They don't have Ja Morant, and it's still kind of somewhat close game versus the Warriors on the road. This Grizzlies team, man, they are, even when Ja is not playing, they find ways to I think defensively they're really good, and offensively they know how to just generate good offense. I don't know. They shot 52% versus a really good Warriors team, defensive Warriors team. Scottie Pippen Jr. in the short term is the must roster. Five rebound, a steal, and 2 block. 1 assist, that's surprising. 2 steals and a block. And Desmond Bain, wow, he's online. 8 turnovers is really high, but 10 assists and 2 steals with 2 threes, 22 points, pretty good stuff. Good to see him finally playing, huge minutes and putting on good numbers. Zach Edey, he started, but versus the Warriors, when they go small, probably not a good idea to put Edey, right? You don't want him to be guarding Steph Curry on the perimeter too much. So he only got 21 minutes, while Jaren Jackson Jr. another amazing game. It's just the block numbers is not high. I think he has 1.6, 1.7 blocks on the season, but everything else offensively he really had another great game. 52% from the field, 23 points. And they're starting Jalen Wells, who played 35. Brandon Clark played 26. This Jake LaRavia guy played 32 minutes. Yeah, this Grizzlies team's got a lot of good players, right? John Conchar, if he ever played 30 minutes, he's a really good guy that we could look to stream. So Brandon Clark, John Conchar, and they don't, Santi Aldama is still out. Right? He could come in, play 30 minutes, and put up good numbers. This Grizzlies team, I would say for sure, is a very interesting team. They're still the 3rd seed in the West, tied with Rockets. For the Warriors, after this win, they're the 8th seed. It just looks like they're going to be in that area rest of the way. And they did not have Steph Curry, which makes this win more impressive. Dennis Schroeder has 17 points, 9 assists. That's pretty good. Buddy Hield, I think it's a pretty safe stream every time Steph Curry is out, hit 4 threes. But he still only played just 23 minutes. Trey Jackson Davis is a must roster. He is a must roster. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals, no blocks here. Draymond has been playing fairly well, 2 steals and a block, 3 assists and 3 threes. I think this year he's just taking more shots this year, right? Because offensively they kind of need him to. Overall, ranking wise, he's not good, 128th ranked player, right? But 5.6 assists, pretty good, 6.2 rebound, 1.1 steals, and 1.1 blocks. So, Draymond Green, if you have him in category leagues, he still has very good value. It's just he's hurting you in all the efficiency categories. Turning the ball over 2.5 times, which is not that bad. But he's not really scoring much. 1.5 threes is still good. So if you have a unique team build, Draymond Green is super good on your team, right? If you're punting points, let's say. If you're punting points, he jumps a lot of spots up. Andrew Wiggins, 24 points, and Jonathan Kuminga played. I think also Kuminga is also hurt. So what that means is, well, Jonathan Kuminga is not even ranked. So if Jonathan Kuminga is out, I don't know who they're going to give the minutes to. Maybe Kyle Anderson, Laney Waters. Laney Waters is a really good shooter. 28 minutes, 6 for 7, but he doesn't really have much fantasy value. Move on to the last game of the night. Oh boy, we got Kawhi Leonard back actually. And they just blew out the Hawks, 105-131. Trae Young, 14 assists. Lead the league in assists. Pretty solid game with 4 threes, 20 points. Dyson Daniels continued to do his thing, 3 steals and a block. He led the league in steals. You have to Trae Young lead the league in assists. Pretty crazy stuff for the Atlanta Hawks. And this game, they did not have Jalen Johnson, right? They have a couple guys out. So Zachary Ricochet started, played 28 minutes. He just doesn't have. He's just not really that good in fantasy. Of course, if Jalen Johnson is out, if he's out there on the waiver wire, we could stream him. But only 13 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal, not good enough. Right, this guy Vid played 28. We could stream him, hoping for some defensive stats and threes. Clint Capella played just 18 minutes here, 7 rebounds, while Okungwu got more minutes than him. But both guys, I don't think either guy is must roster. If you need rebounds, right? Sure, Capella is a good choice. Rebound and blocks, right? Both guys could be good. Just they're splitting the minutes, always. DeAndre Hunter came off the bench, had another great game, 18 points and 4 threes. But DeAndre Hunter, I think he has short-term value because a lot of guys are out. Bogdanovich is out, right? When all these guys are healthy, we don't know when that is. He's just not going to have this level of usage, right? He took 16 shots. Always the guy that take the most. This is the reason that they don't start him, right? His role on this team is pretty specific. Come off the bench and give us some scoring. Bogdanovich can do exactly that, if not better. So I feel like in a lot of close games, if you have Bogdanovich, they would rather play Bogdanovich over DeAndre Hunter in a lot of the situations. So we'll see. For now, he's good value. Garrison Matthews hit 4 threes. That's what he does. And look at the Clippers. So Kawhi started, played 20 minutes. No worries there. They're going to ramp him up slowly, right? He's going to be good once he starts playing 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure of that. Kawhi Leonard is a good basketball player. He's going to miss a lot of games, and his ramp-up time is going to be there's going to be some time. And he's going to miss a lot of games, I think. Maybe not as many as Joel Embiid, but every back-to-backs, I don't know if they already came on and said, but it's pretty safe to assume that Kawhi is going to miss a lot of games, and he's going to get injured also at some point. But good to see him come back. Norman Powell continues to put up numbers, 20 points and 4 threes, 2 steals. We talked about Norman Powell, how with the return of Kawhi, he's going to lose some usage. He still took the most shots here on this team, this game, 16 shots. So in the short term, as Kawhi Leonard is ramping up, he's still going to have really good usage. James Harden, meanwhile, only took 9 shots, but 15 assists and 2 steals is pretty good. And Zubac played 31 minutes while nobody else played close to 30. Other than Amir Coffey, 18 rebounds and a block. Zubac has been very, very solid this year as well. So now they got Kawhi back. The Clippers, without Kawhi Leonard, they were able to have have a 20 and 15 record. Maybe they can make a push to top 4. Right now they got Kawhi back, which they're right there. Denver Nuggets is the 4th seed right now. Yeah, the West is still very open. They can even get to the 2nd seed. They're only 2.5 games behind the 2nd seed Rockets. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.